Hello guys, welcome to our course on Python for data analysis, and in this section we'll be talking about arguments and keywords arguments in Python. We'll explore how functions in Python can accept argument and keyword argument that will allow us to provide flexibility and customizations to our code. So before we get started, you know what to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put your question in the comment section. Let's get started.
9 to 5 data.
Arguments are the values passed into a function when it is called, while keywords arguments are passed with a keyword or parameter name and a value. Arguments are positional, while keywords arguments are specified by name, allowing for more flexibility and clarity in function call. So the first example here, the positional argument, you can see that when we define the function, we put in variables argument 1 and argument 2, and when calling the function, we can simply replace it by the value we want. For example, we want to replace it by 10 and 20. Argument 1 is replaced by 10 and argument 2 is replaced by 20. So that is for positional argument. We cannot swap the position of this argument. So for keyword argument, when we define the function, we define the function with a parameter and also value. So for example, the argument 1 has a value of 10 and argument 2 have a value of 20. So if we are calling the function, we can actually change the value of the argument because they are keyword arguments. So they are meant to hold variables or they are parameter that we pass into the argument. So for example, when calling the functions, we have argument 1 changed to 30 and argument 2 changed to 40. So this has given us some level of flexibility in calling our function and also in the whole function definition. So let's explore how to define and use arguments and the keyword argument in Python. Let's open our Jupyter notebook. So let's start by defining a simple function, and doing that we specify our keyword, which is def, and let's say we want to define a simple function that greets. So, and it takes in two arguments. So the name of the person we want to greet and the greeting message. Greet. So the name and the greeting message. So then we'll write our code, say print using f-string hello, so the name and also the message. So if we define this function and then we'll call the function, so let's say calling the function, we say greet, and the name of the person we want to greet is, let's say, Alice. That is the first argument, and the message we want to put here is welcome to our course. So once we run this function, we should get Alice, welcome to our course. So we get hello Alice, welcome to our course, just as we have defined in the function. So we can also take another function with keyword argument. So this time around, we'll be specifying the parameters that we want to use in the function. So the same greeting function, let's say def greet, and now we want to specify the name. We can say guest, also the message we want to, the greeting message, welcome, and what should our function do? Should print using the f-string hello the name, and the greeting message, which is message. So let's run this function, and then once we call this function, so we get hello, guest, and welcome. Now all these are variables, and we can actually specify what we want in them. So let's say I want to call another function and the same greet function, and I want to change the parameters, the name of the guest and the message I want to pass in. So we can say now we put name equals to, let's say, Mariam, and the message will equals to, I can say, hope you have a good day. So if I run this function, we should get something like, hello Mariam, hope you have a good day. And that is it. Hello Mariam, hope you have a good day. So another thing about this keyword argument is that they can be in any position. So let's take another example, and let's say greet, and we want the message to come first, and say message, and what is our message? Saying nice to meet you, and say name, let's say Adam. So we still want to print hello Adam, nice to meet you. So now pay attention to the function. Now the parameters of the function, the arguments of the functions, we have swapped them around. Initially it used to be the name first and the message. Now we have the message first and the name follows. So it still doesn't mean anything. It will still produce what we want it to produce. It's just telling us that when we use keyword argument, they are not positional. That means we can position them in any order we want in the function. So let's run this. You see, we still have hello Adam, nice to meet you. And again, if we call this function without specifying a parameter or any parameter, we already know what it's going to give us, which is hello guest and welcome. Hello guest, welcome. So it will just give us the default. So what we have specified above are just the default or the placeholder. So that is how to use the keyword argument. So another type of argument we want to discuss in addition to the ones we have discussed earlier is we have the length argument, the variable length argument, and we have the keyword argument. So Python function can also accept this variable length argument and keyword argument using we call them Args and Kwargs. So what we are doing is that for us to use a variable length argument, we just put one single asterisk in front of it, and for us to use keyword arguments together, we put double asterisks in front of it. So for example, so let's define a function that take in items and details to give order summary. So we'll do def order summary, and we want variable length argument, so we just say asterisk items, and also we want the details of the items, which will be keyword arguments and details. So what should our functions do? So first we want to print item order, so after that, what we want to do is that we want to loop through the items. So for example, let's say for item in items, so we want to print each of the item, and after that we want to print the order details. So we'll say print, so we are using order details, and we'll also loop through that because we believe order details will be in dictionary. So let's say, for example, for key comma value in details dot items. So we want to get the key and the value, so we say print f string. So key dot capitalize, we want the capitalized, so to start the key with capital letters, dot capitalize, followed by the value. So let's run this. Now we have defined our function, so let's call our function. We'll do order summary, that's the name of our function, and let's pass in the values. So we have pizza, we have soda, and let's say we have salad. And after that, now the next thing we're going to be passing into this are the details. So we can say the name of the customer. Let's say customer equals to John. So notice how we don't have any quotation around the customer. So that is to show us that we are passing in our keywords argument, John. So after that we have address. Let's say 342 Main Street. And after that we have delivery time. Let's say equals to 7 p.m. So once we run this, let's see what we have. Consider that our variable length argument are categorized one side, and also we have our keyword arguments, which are the order details, which we have customer is John Doe, address is 342 Main Street, and the delivery time is 7 p.m. So with variable length arguments, which are the asterisk dots args, we can pass any number of items, and with keywords argument, which are the double asterisk Kwargs, we call them Kwargs, we can specify additional details about the orders about the items we ordered. So now we have come to the end of argument and keywords argument in Python. So in the next lesson, we'll still talk more about advanced Python topics that will enable us to write efficient codes. As usual, before we go off, you know what to do. Don't forget to like this video, put your question in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel. Happy coding.